Hi, I'm Holly Cates, personal stylist and style coach extraordinaire.
Hi, I'm Nolan, celebrity stylist, shopping messiah, and accessory addict.
We are the best friends that you never knew that you needed. We are the industry insiders and fashion's odd couple. In both of our everyday lives and at industry events, we see the best and unfortunately the worst in clothing and style. We are fashion partners in crime dedicated to stopping the most heinous of all fashion crimes on the street, the runways, and beyond.
Join us as we take you inside our world, spilling the secrets of our experiences in the industry and inside our minds, judging people in the most loving way possible, most of the time, and stopping fashion criminals dead in their crocs. It's more important than just the do's and don'ts. Jump on the Hot Mess Express as we teach you how to be your best and most stylish self.
Hey, what's up? What's going on? Thank you so much for tuning into the show this week. We have a very special edition, packing edition. Nolan's like, who's going to care? I'm like, only fucking everybody and their son, because people constantly ask me what to pack, how to pack, what are we going to pack, what should I bring? Nolan brings his entire closet every time he packs and goes somewhere.
I do.
But anyway.
I like options. I resent that. I like options. I do.
Welcome to the show. This is the Fashion Crimes Podcast with your hostess with the mostest, Holly Cates, your favorite personal stylist. The only Holly you need to know, as other friends are like, oh yeah, I know. I have a couple other friends named Holly. No, boo. I'm the only Holly you need to know, the only personal stylist that you love, and you look better for it. I'm with my bestie, my best gay, my confidant, my rock, someone who's always telling me what to do. But you know what? I come out better for it. And I recognize that. Okay.
Not always, but most of the time.
Mr. Nolan Meter, what is up, homie?
What's going on?
Nolan, I am so high on life right now.
No, you're not high on life. That's Saint Laurent you're high on. There's a very big difference. Very big difference. I'm very rarely high on life. I'm almost always high on fashion. Big difference.
Oh my God, that was funny.
It's true.
Okay, I am high on Saint Laurent right now. The reason why is because Nolan told me to get these shoes. I was like, they just came. I rarely have my jaw hitting the floor. Nolan, can you tell our lovely listeners about my new amazing
yes
shoes?
So I love a bit of fashion nostalgia. I was just explaining this to Holly. It makes me so happy. Like, I love when a brand reintroduces something that everybody knows. And I think it was probably 2008, 2009, something like that, back when Stefano Pilati was still the head designer of Saint Laurent, or at the time Yves Saint Laurent. They did like a lip collection. Everything was printed with lips, and it was so cool. And now it's kind of funny that until this season, it was all like so cheap on the secondhand market, because like anything with like the Eve on the label is kind of slightly less desirable now. Well, they brought back the iconic lip print in their sandals. They did espadrilles. They did high tops. What else did they do? That might be it. They didn't do a ton in it, but they did a couple things in it. And it was just so cool. And so I sent them to Holly about a month ago. And I said, these are so cool. And again, because she doesn't understand like the fashion history behind it, because like she just doesn't care. She's like, whatever.
I won't take offense to that. Whatever.
You don't. You're like, whatever. I don't get it. I was like, okay. And then we were talking about an outfit, and she's like, I need shoes to wear with this. And I was like, duh, lip shoes.
Duh.
And she's like, ugh, fine. And then she just gets them. And I mean, it was kind of hysterical.
I mean, I'm going to do an unboxing video. I'm going to make Jonathan take my picture in my workout clothes with these shoes on. They are total Barbie shoes. I will just say that. And they are a little bit high, but you know what? I'm going to work it out. Okay.
They are really beautiful.
I'm going to work it out, honey. They're really sit down shoes, but I wanted to do this episode because I'm going to the podcast movement convention this week. I will be there when this episode comes out. That is very exciting. I'm helping Jessica, friend of the podcast, who is the glorious owner and founder of She Podcast, which is all women podcasters. She's been my bestie for over 35 years. Scary. Anyway, I'm helping her pack. Nolan is helping me pack. What to pack?
I know. Look at me. I'm helping someone pack for a trip that I wasn't even invited on. I'm such a giver.
Whatever, but you would be bored. Okay. Believe me, I'm saving you. I'm taking one for the team on this one. Anyway.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I like to say I'm the gift that keeps on giving, and God damn it, I'm a fucking ray of sunshine. Okay. And P.S. Mark Cuban's going to be there. Hello. And I'm going to go.
I've met Mark Cuban. He's very dear friends with a now former client of mine.
Well, I'm going to go and I'm going to listen to what he has to say. He's really early in the morning. And I was like, ugh, I'm not getting up for Mark Cuban. And Jonathan said, oh, yes, the fuck you are. So I will be.
He's actually a very nice guy. He's actually a super nice guy. He's not as much of a dick as you expect him to be.
That's what I was like. God,
he's not that much of a dick. I promise.
He's going to do is talk about how great he is and how much money he has and all the people that everybody he owns and the companies. And Jonathan said, "You're going to go and listen to what he has to say." I said, "Okay, valid."
He's a very smart guy. He's a very nice guy too.
Back to me.
I didn't even know that was happening.
Yes, it is. And
I guess it doesn't affect me. I'm still not invited.
Nolan, with your schedule, which does not allow you to go to freaking Nashville tomorrow, okay? Because
I might go to Miami next weekend. If I want to do something, I find my way to do it. That's the beauty of me. I'm very flexible. And now I can work, even though I'm full-time, not one place, but two. I can do it all on the go. It's great. That's the beauty of the 21st century. I can answer emails next weekend by the pool in Miami if I want to, and nobody can tell the difference. It's lovely. The pool has Wi-Fi.
Nolan, as you just told me that I don't get a medal, okay, for doing good things, you don't get a medal for adulting, okay? Because that's what you're doing. You're doing a hustle.
100%, but I can hustle on the go. That's the beauty of it these days.
Anyway, you're just butthurt because I'm going to go to UAL, okay? But that's okay. I'm going to FaceTime
I wouldn't say that's why I'm butthurt, but let's go with it. Let's go with it. I'm jealous you do get to go to UAL, which United Apparel Liquidators, one of my best kept secrets.
Yeah, can you explain?
It's like I think they buy it, not wholesale, I think they buy closeouts and they resell things. It's all brand new and fabulous and whatever, but it's, fabulous stuff. Like I know someone in New York, an acquaintance of mine, Lakeisha, got like one of these amazing, it was probably from the first 2 or 3 seasons Sally LaPointe was showing in New York, this like $8,000 Sally LaPointe embellished dress. It was beyond, and she paid $85 for it. I mean, it was like, it's nuts. The stuff you can find there, it's beyond. And they get McQueen and Dior and Balmain and like, everything you can think of. And it's fabulous. And they do a very, very small online business, like to the point where it's almost non-existent. But they have 3 locations in Nashville, 1 in Louisiana, maybe 2. Oh no, 2 in Louisiana, because there is one in New Orleans. Sorry, I had to think of the name of the city for a second. I was like, Sandra Bullock lives there. That shows you where my mind goes. And then there are a couple in Texas. And so it's mostly a Southern thing, which I get because, like, again, everything is cheaper in the South. So, like, real estate's cheaper. So you can, like, actually have multiple storefronts, which versus, like, if they were in New York City, they wouldn't be able to sell anything and they wouldn't be able to pay rent on a store. But, like, it's a fabulous store. I'm very jealous you get to go.
I'm going to FaceTime you the whole time. It's going to be, you're just like you're there with me.
That's just rubbing it in.
I'm just saying, so you can help me shop. Nolan, you can't be everywhere at once, okay? We have such a codependent relationship. Aren't you happy that we're taking separate vacations like a 28-year-old married couple?
You take separate vacations with your husband. That's fine. You two go on your vacations and I don't go. That counts as separate vacation. Going on a, quote, business trip by yourself, that's a different story. But hey, it's whatever.
But hey, you're going to Miami.
I'm not even sure I'm going to Miami. I mean, I might go to Miami. It depends.
You're going to Miami. You're going to fucking Vegas. Okay.
I am going to Vegas.
Lost that invitation of mine in the mail. Okay.
Here's the difference. You're going to Vegas. You're going to Nashville for something we do together. I'm going to Vegas for my full-time job. Big difference, because if we were in Vegas together, I couldn't hang out with you. Although one of my other friends may meet me there. So that's true. I did invite Allison to it. I was like, you should come. She's like, no, Delta variant. I'm like, valid.
Delta variant.
Well, because a month ago we were talking about going to Vegas because I was going anyway, and we were out to dinner with a friend, and my friend was like, "Oh, we're going to be in Vegas, these days." I said, "Wait, so am I. Why are you going?" It turns out we're going for the same reason, for the same show. And Allison's like, "Yeah, like let's all go, whatever." Because a month ago everything looked like it was all peaches and cream and sunshine and roses and whatever, and life was going to be amazing. And now look where we are. So it's like things are, slowly slowing down a little.
I know people are starting to wear masks again here in New York City, and it is sad. But, when they require you to wear a mask inside, I do. But most people are not wearing them outside, which is different from what it was before. So anyway, that is a sad note, but this is a happy podcast because we're going to talk about packing. When you're packing, you have to think about the dress code, where you're going to be, what you're going to do, and who you're going to be with, and how you're going to be photographed. Because if you've worn the same clothes around the same people, it's time to get some new clothes. Time to get a new look. Let's talk about the first outfit that I'm going to wear, the Annie Bing suit.
Oh, that's a great suit. I love Anita Bing. Her stuff's very nice. It's affordable for what it is. Like the quality is pretty good. It's contemporary. I mean, it's by no means cheap, but the stuff is really nice. And I saw this suit. I forget where I was. I feel like it might have been in the window on Madison at one point. I just saw it somewhere and I was like, that's fabulous. And so when it went on sale at Bloomingdale's, I was like, you need to wear this because you have a shorts moment. And I personally, I do love a suit. I love a suit that has shorts. I really do.
High-waisted shorts and an oversized boyfriend blazer it's not linen, but it's linen-esque. And it is a tiger stripe with khaki and beige, kind of like a safari moment. I'm going to wear that with, I know everyone is shocked by this, a crop top underneath. Duh, because I wouldn't be me.
I left my surprised face at home.
Marilyn's like, aren't you too old to wear a crop top? I said, not with really, really, really high-waisted pants.
Yeah, if they're high enough to reach heaven and I mean.
Anyway, I'm wearing them with, again, another find by Nolan. My new love, my Vivier boots, which I never knew existed until I met Nolan's older client, who is not his client anymore, but she had them on, and she has a very glamorous lifestyle, shops a lot, has multiple closets. I looked at her shoes. I said, you're going to get me those shoes. He goes, you like these shoes? I said, yes. He goes, they're really expensive. I said, wrap it up. Anyway, I have 3 pair now.
You have 3 pair now. I was like, when she first said them, I'm like, you like these? She's like, yes. Yeah. I said, I'm just warning you.
Yeah.
They're like a month's rent on a studio apartment in New York. She's like, oh. Maybe not. And then we go to Bergdorf's and try them on. I will never forget it. We were sitting on the floor. We had a bottle of champagne. Schmutz was like asleep in the corner. You're on the floor putting shoes on and you just go, oh yeah. Yeah.
And I will say my feet are smaller. So I do have an advantage to buy sale shoes because I can wear a smaller size. Anyway, so they had another pair. They literally look like witch boots. They had them in my size. I told our sales associate, I said, yeah, wrap those up too. Nolan's like, bravo.
I was so proud because I love Roger Vivier. I'm a sucker for anything French. And I think Roger Vivier, their edgier styles are really beautiful. But again, they're ridiculously expensive. And I mean, you can find, a pair of sandals can cost $1,200. It's just absurd. And I mean, the quality is phenomenal, but they're very expensive. And so at the Roger Vivier boutique and online, they never go on sale anywhere. And I also think they're one of those brands that's very tough to buy them online new. It's kind of funny. Like you don't really see them many places. And I learned from my guy at Bergdorf Goodman that because Bergdorf's is technically an independent retailer, independent of Neiman Marcus, even though it's owned by Neiman's, they sort of do their own thing. So Neiman's will mark things down at one rate, and Bergdorf's will mark them down at a different rate sometimes. And also sometimes Bergdorf's will mark down something that Neiman's doesn't. So on this occasion, maybe it's because Bergdorf's in the city has less room to store things. I don't know, but these boots were still full price at Roger Vivier, and they had just come out. Like they were half a season old maybe, and they were being sent to all the influencers. Like I saw 2 influencers I know wearing them, and I was like, did you just get these? She's like, yeah, Vivier just sent them to us. And they were like $2,500 boots, really expensive. Then Bergdorf's marks them down 75%. And I was like, why? It makes no sense. And he's like, we just need the room. And so he marked them down. I was like, oh yeah, bring those into the fitting room. And again, still full price. Even today, they're still full price at Roger Vivier. They're still full price at Neiman Marcus and Saks. Some reason at Bergdorf Goodman a year ago, they were 75% off. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Part of my shopping gift.
Okay. So I'm wearing that because I'm reading the room. I understand that I will be the only fashion person, and it's a lot, but it's not a lot. Nolan, explain the difference between a lot and a lot.
I like a lot. I'm not a minimalist. I will say though, I think I've changed a little bit in my lifestyle has changed drastically, obviously in the past year and a half, and my style, I'm still sort of finding my style after that, which I think was something I wasn't really anticipating. my style's changed and I hadn't really kind of understood that. Like now, like a year ago, if you would have shown me something from Loro Piana or Brunello, I would have been like, ugh, so boring. Now I'm like, oh my God, cashmere.
Jonathan too. Jonathan, you got him on that train.
Well, he and I think I'm morphing into mini Jonathan. It's kind of funny because we're picking out all the same things. Because he likes a little bit of edge. I like a little bit of edge, but not too much. Now I'm like reeling it back in a little bit. But now I also feel like I might be a little too conservative for me. So I'm trying to like amp it up a little bit. So I'm, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I'm still trying to like, I have this conversation almost daily with one of my favorite humans in the whole world, one of my nearest and dearest friend of the podcast, my friend Jennifer. I love the fact that like her life and her travels and her work has like influenced her style in a way of like, it changes your perspective of how you dress and like the different things you want to wear. And for me, it's the same way. Like I like to, because I'm in Maine, sometimes like have the preppy vibe. So I'm like trying to work that into it, but like mixing preppy and edgy is not easy. So it's like, I get it. I've been on my own style journey.
I love that for you because he'll send me pictures of, matching suits that look like curtains from the 60s. He's like, is this too much? And
actually, I didn't tell you this, but I did order. So again, my sister is getting married. I'm very excited for her. I could not love her fiance anymore. I could not, be happier for them. The issue is I found everybody's fucking outfit for this wedding except for my own. My sister's fiance's best friend, my mother, my brother, my mother's best friend, and one of our closest family friends, her outfit. I found everybody's outfit except for my own.
Who found your mother's outfit? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
It was a collaborative effort between the two of us. Thank you.
I found her outfit, which she looks next level, but continue.
Well, I mean, it was a long debate because I also tracked down this ridiculously stunning Valentino dress for my mother that is like beyond, and she bought it and she loves it, but she doesn't want to wear it to this wedding. Thankfully, we have another friend who's getting married in November, and I didn't know this until like 2 days ago, but apparently I'm my mother's date. I have to go. So now I'm like, fuck, I need another outfit. I have found everybody's outfit but my own, and it's just like, it's a little brutal. Like, so I've been all over the place, and so I went through the reel, as I always do. And I found this Vivienne Westwood, like 2-piece suit. And it was something I probably never would have worn before, but I just kind of fell in love with it. And I sent a picture to my sister because my sister is one of those people who just would so much rather not be the center of attention. So she at one point was telling me to wear like leopard sequins to the wedding so that no one would be looking at them. And so she like loved this suit. She's like, you need to buy this. You need to buy this. You need to buy this. So I ordered it. It should be here tomorrow. So we will see what happens. I know. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. But it's kind of like a running joke. I'm like, I found everybody's fucking outfit but my own.
You're just like a doctor. You take the worst care of yourself, but you take care of everybody else.
I'm such a giver.
The next day, as I will be running around, making it rain with my personality and my business cards, meeting people, being a lady about town, running around the convention, I am going to wear my next prized possession, which is, dun, 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 the butterfly dress. Nolan.
Yes. So I love Ezadine Alaya. I've always loved Ezadine Alaya. I mean, it's just beyond. And Holly and I often fight about buying things that are classics, that are long-term pieces to have forever. Because I look at fashion as I like things to be buildable. Like you like to have something be like a one-stop shop. Like you want the dress to be bold and memorable and whatever, which is great, but then you can't wear it 6 times in 1 year because then it's like, everyone's like, oh, there's that dress again. Versus me, like I like to put 3 pieces together and have those things together be a really memorable outfit because then I can take one of those things out and put in something new and it looks like a new outfit. So we like go back and forth, and Alaya and McQueen have become relatively good middle grounds. The issue with Alaya is there's no other word for it. It's just grossly expensive. I mean, a knit dress is $2,500 minimum.
But that's what they're famous for, are these knit dresses.
The knit dresses, because you don't need to wear Spanx with them.
And they look good on everyone. Curvy girl.
Good on everyone.
Skinny girl, everybody.
But they don't cut above a 12, mind you. And they run a size small. So I have a very, very dear friend of mine who works for one of the luxury conglomerates that owns Alaya, among many other brands. And he very sweetly shares, like when they have a friends and family sale, which like each employee can invite a certain amount of people, he always puts me on the list, which is very sweet. So I was able to find Holly a dress that is like the classic Alaya knit dress, but it's covered in butterflies. And it's a beautiful dress. And so she's very excited to wear it. I'm excited for you to have it. It's a great dress. It's really, and I've never seen anybody with it.
It is beyond. And I still don't know what shoes I'm going to wear with it. That is TBD. That is the next day. And then the next day, the Herrera dress.
Yes. So I love Wes Gordon for Carolina Herrera. I think I love Carolina Herrera just because I love the story of the brand. And I do love the femininity of the brand. I just think their stuff's really fabulous. Well, Wes Gordon brought like a much edgier vibe to it and makes it young and playful. I don't think edgy is the right word, actually. It's very playful now.
It's just younger.
It's younger.
Not sexy younger.
It's whimsical younger.
Yes.
And he'll do really amazing dresses and really amazing, very formal fabrics, because obviously Herrera is known for formal wear, but he'll do them like a dress that has no open skin in the front, no skin, huge shoulders, but with an open back. And so there was this polka dot dress that's a very short A-line dress with these huge shoulders, and it's black and white polka dots. And then the back is like a triangle cut out, and it is the most gorgeous dress. And when it was full price, I saw it and I sent it to Holly and I was like, listen, and you get mad at me when I send you things full price, but certain things to me are worth it. Like that dress at full price would have been worth every penny because it's a dress you can wear a million ways. But we went on sale and then she's like, okay, let's get it. And then for some reason, I think it's actually sold out in her size. And then someone returned it or something.
No, Jesus, God, and Allah wanted me to have that dress. It
could have been that. I was with my friend Patty in Bergdorf Goodman because Patty was looking for a dress for one of her family members' weddings.
Love Patty. She's my hairstylist. Shout out to Patty.
Love her so much. We were hunting through Bergdorf Goodman and we walked by Carolina Herrera, the little store, and on the front of the sale rack was this dress. I was like, oh my God, the dress is here. The dress is here. The dress is here. And I forget you bought something else the day before. And you're like, I don't want to buy a dress right now. And you're like, I don't know how it fits. I was like, okay, but I don't want to hear it. Cause that's the thing is like, that's why I always with you, I'm very like, buy it now or don't buy it at all. But I don't want to hear it if it sells out because you get mad when it sells out.
Because it's your fault.
Right. But then, so I always say now, if you don't buy it, that's fine. You don't need to. But if you want it, you need to buy it now because I don't want to hear in 3 weeks, I want that dress and it's gone. And then I get yelled at because it's not my fault. So you're like, okay, fine. I get, of course, an alert from Bergdorf. So it got marked down again. So it was then like 60% off.
Yes.
And so, of course, then it happened.
First of all, Nolan gets so mad. I said, oh my God, I'm so glad we waited. He goes, well, I'm not.
It was a fucking headache for me and a half. I'm not. It's worth a peace of mind for me for you to pay the extra 10% because it means I don't have to deal with the stress. I'm like, because certain things are worth the money. Like for me, I believe, in quality over quantity, but also it's hard because you need to build a foundation of long-term wearable things of like to have enough where you don't feel like you're repeating all the time. And so for me, I'm struggling with that right now too, because I've been buying so much because I literally have to start from zero. And it's not like one thing I struggle with is pants because pants that fit me 3 months ago are way too big now. Even though they're only like one size bigger, they're just cut differently. So now I'm like, fuck, I have to buy new pants and I'm constantly shopping. And so like the things that I am investing money in, I don't feel bad about because they're long-term things. I bought a pair, I think I told you this, I bought a pair of Gucci Jordan loafers. I wasn't supposed to wear them until my sister's wedding. I was going to wear them to the wedding.
However.
And I wore them once in New York and I died over them. I did walk 8.5 miles in them that day. And I came home and was complaining to you and your husband. And he just goes, Nolan, you do realize like you're not supposed to walk 8.5 miles. And I was like, I know that now.
No, we were all going to dinner and you come out and you and Jonathan have the same shoes on.
That was the night before I walked. Yeah. So that was the night before I walked 8.5 miles. The night before we're all about to go to dinner. He comes out in these shoes and I just go, God damn it. I was going to wear those shoes too. And he says, he's like, if I'm going to match with somebody, I'm glad it's you. I'm like, no, it's fine. I'll wear a sneaker. So I begrudgingly wore a sneaker.
Anyway.
It was very funny.
Yes.
But so I love those shoes. They were a fortune. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
But you still have both kidneys. You didn't sell a kidney for them.
No, I did use points to pay for most of them. They're as near as makes no difference, $900, which I do not spend that much on shoes full price. I never pay full price for anything. There are certain times where I can justify it. This dress for me was one of those things for you where if it was full price, I would still tell you to buy it because it is so fantastic.
Which brings us back around to the new lip shoes, my pride, my joy. Nolan, I'm saying it. It's recorded. I'm pushing it out to the world. You were right. I'm always right, though. That's the thing. But I'm just saying, you were so right about these shoes. The energy in my apartment is different. I feel different. I'm having a better day because when I have a good day, I'm nicer. And when you're nice, I'm nicer. Your life goes better.
That's true.
As our friend, what's her name? Who said that? Who I'm in love with? Stephanie, is that her name? From Real Housewives? That's what she said on TikTok. Anyway, when she was holding all her Birkins.
Oh, yes, Dr. Tiffany Moon.
Yeah, Tiffany. I said Stephanie. Yeah, she's hilarious.
She just did a TikTok with all 8 of her pink Birkins, and I was like, oh my God.
She is next level. She's holding all her Birkins, and she's like, when I'm nicer, your life goes better. And when your life goes better, my life goes better. So anyway, because I have these shoes and I'm going to wear them with the polka dot dress, and you're hearing me correctly, mixing prints, print on print.
Which I'm very into these days.
It's going to be next level. And thank you to my stylist for being the best stylist ever, because I would have never paid these shoes. And I did have a credit. Let's be honest. Okay. I did have a credit. They were not full price for me.
Even if they were, though, it's not like, again, those are something I would say, oh my God, worth every penny. But to be honest, on the grand scheme of things, everything, in my opinion, designer wise, has kind of gone up in price recently. I kind of see everything creeping up slowly. Saint Laurent has not as much, which is nice. I mean, they're still obviously, are a lot of money. They're not by no means cheap. But compared to like a pair of Gucci sandals or, a pair of Chanel shoes, especially, they weren't terribly expensive in the grand scheme of things. I was, they didn't make me feel like I should probably call an accountant or like, a priest, which some things do. So, I mean,
Anyway, I'm going to wear that on the last day. She Podcast is having a party, and it's Jessica's party. So I'm going to wear these shoes to that party, and I'm going to look amazing, and I'm so excited.
Oh, something else I wasn't invited to. Oh, sorry. That was my out loud voice.
Okay. First of all, you already said.
You told me to be sassy today. I don't know if you were quite ready.
Yeah, I did tell you. You said, "Ooh, I gotta build up my sass."
Well, I had a lot of cocktails last night. I actually have to talk about last night, because last night was one of the best nights I've had in such a long time.
Hashtag about last night.
Of course, friend of the podcast, one of my favorite people in the whole world. Duh. My friend Jennifer hosted the most incredible dinner last night. One of her best friends was in town. And I finally got to meet him, which was so exciting. And it was just, we were outside and there were candles and flowers and the most delicious. I have to talk about this salad. It was like quinoa and blueberries. And oh my God, it was so good.
Where is Nolan, and what have you done with him? Since when do you eat fucking quinoa?
You have to adapt, because everything else makes me sick to my stomach now.
Okay.
So anyway, it was just the most lovely and adoring night. And so I, obviously had many cocktails, because I can't even list all of my incredible friends' talents, but it takes a lot of talent to like really know how to craft a good cocktail.
I would agree.
Oh my God, this cocktail was so good. I'm not divulging the ingredients, but I will say this. It had pears in it, which I love pear.
Ooh, I love that.
I got a little tipsy. I was like, I'm going to be sassy tomorrow. Here we go. And here I am being sassy.
I'm so glad you went to a dinner party that I wasn't invited to. I'm 80% happy for you. So great.
Right?
Right. But she is a dear friend to you and a dear friend to the podcast, even though we have not physically met yet.
Officially met, but
we have spiritually met. And that's really all that matters. That's okay. Any friend of yours is a friend of mine, except for the people that I don't like, which is not many. But I mean, I mostly like everybody. I mean, mostly. Back to my lip shoes.
For the 4th time.
I cannot. And I am so excited. If anyone has any packing questions, what to pack, how to pack,
How do you pack? Because now that we're talking about this, I feel like we've given no packing tips. We've just talked about ourselves for 30 minutes.
Duh.
Let's go into the whole packing thing, because I am a packer of, I would rather have too much than too little.
But why? I mean, Jessica said that too. She said, "Oh, I'm just going to bring all my shit." I said, "No, dear, you're planning what you're wearing."
Well, it's hard. It depends on like the length of the trip, right? Because like I know that whenever, when I was going to visit New York and like go back for a little bit, I knew that no matter like, even if I planned to stay 10 days, like last time I planned to stay for 10 days and I was there for 6 weeks. So I need to I need to be less codependent on, several of my friends. Because like, yes. And also other friends too. I just have like, once we're together, I'm like, why would I leave? Why would I leave? And then they're like, why would you leave? Like, you can't leave. And so it's funny. It's like, and so I need to be able to, I can't just, for a trip like that, I can't pack by the outfit because I might pack 7 outfits, but I might be there for 40 days like I was this time.
You are not the norm. If you're going on a 3-day weekend, you figure out what you're going to wear. You don't have to know every single activity, what you're going to do, but you need to plan out what you're wearing at night and during the day and bring 2 backup outfits. That is what I do.
Yeah. Versus like for me, I bring X amount of shoes. I say, I want to wear these shoes. I want to wear these shoes. I want to wear these shoes. And I want to wear these shoes.
I'm bad with the shoes.
Yeah. And then I just go through and I'm like, okay. And I figure it out. That's my MO. I just sort of chuck everything in a bag and figure it out when I get there.
And then he'll take your luggage. So if Nolan comes to visit you, just FYI.
I didn't borrow any of your luggage. I borrowed a piece of Chloe's luggage.
By the way, do you have an extra suitcase? And then he'll say, oh, I'll just bring it back when I come back. So then he brings an extra suitcase when he goes home because he buys so much shit. But that's another subject for another time.
Well, that's slightly true, but it happens.
It does happen. But, you know, I will not say that you have a shopping problem because that rains on me. And it only benefits me because now I have my new Saint Laurent vintage.
Well, and I don't though, because people are so like, I don't believe in, I think there's like a misconception out there. I don't believe in spending money to spend money. I don't believe in wasting money. I believe that.
Of course.
I mean, I believe in buying things that bring you joy. With you, I yell at you. I'm like, if you love this dress, buy it. Don't hem and haw about it. Don't beat yourself up over it. If it brings you joy and you're going to want to wear it for 5 years, buy the dress. Because life is short. You get hit by a fucking bus tomorrow. You just don't know. Life is too short to wear shitty things. You have your lip shoes. I have, again, for the 97th time, my Alexander McQueen coat is the piece of clothing I feel best in. It doesn't matter. If that coat had cost 10 times what it did, and I had the money to buy it and I did, I would still think it was a good purchase because at some point money has to go out of the window. I'm not saying, you know, put yourself in debt for clothes, but like you have to just love what you're wearing. And so the confidence that comes with that is different, you know. Anyone
who is new to the podcast, please know that Nolan has a coat problem, COAT.
I say I'm a coat whore, not a coat whore.
And he has too many coats to count on. So he's constantly sending me pictures of coats. I'm like, bitch, it's July. Okay. I'm not buying a coat today. And he's like, why? This is the best time to buy a coat.
Yeah. And then because I don't want to hear it that you don't want to pay full price in November when you want a new coat. I don't want to hear it.
I don't want a new coat. You want me to have a new coat. Now I do want a new leather jacket, but that's.
You do need more than 2. Yeah, but you need more. Now that you're like a part-time New Yorker, you need more than 2 full, like 2 actual coats.
Valid. And I'm still kicking myself in the ass because I want that white leather coat, but that's going to come back to me because God wants me to have that coat, that leather jacket, but we'll talk about that another time. We're also going to talk about Lori Lee another time, who is she sells leather items and she paints stuff and she says, fuck you, pay me on the back of a leather jacket. She paints all kinds of snarky shit. She's like channeling her inner Ashley Longshore. So we're loving Lori Lee Studios. She's out of London. She's fabulous, but I'm excited. I'm really going to be networking for us, Noli. For us, I just said. There is no I in us, okay?
No, I know, but there is an I in solo trip. But I'm good. Here's the funny thing. I'm not even like really bitter. I'm just like, whatever. I'll be in New York. I'll be in Vegas. Bye.
Right. And so we are better when we can multitask because you will be networking for us where you are. And you will be networking for my Google Doc gift list. So I'm not butthurt about it. Okay.
Where I'm going, I don't think you want me to touch that list because if I touch that list, it's going to be like, oh my God, this 12 karat D-color internally flawless
and
fabulous cushion cut diamond is, you know, it might be $250,000, but it's a great purchase.
But I do want to say, as I had 4 people text me yesterday telling me that I have to watch My Unorthodox Life. I watched the first episode last night. Her ring, I can't even talk about her ring. Have you seen her ring, Nolan?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's so tiny, little, and skinny. I don't know how she holds that ring up. I just don't. And I couldn't stop staring at it. So I did watch that last night. So you should be happy for me.
I mean, I just loved the fashion on that show. It was fabulous.
She looks great. Her closets are in carousels, which I'm loving that journey for her, right? Or was it her daughter's closet? I can't remember. Anyway, so packing, call us, ask us, let us know what your questions are. We're excited to help you. Don't overpack. Make sure you plan, bring enough shoes, be comfortable, bring all your undergarments. And as far as luggage, and I have not been paid to say this, the Away luggage is the best. Now, there are other brands that are just as good, but I really love the Away luggage.
Yeah, I do too. It's very nice. It's well made. If you're like super into, like if you want fancy schmancy luggage, like I don't believe in the Louis Vuitton like super luggage, like a duffel bag, I get one carry-on, great. But if you're going to be checking luggage, don't ever spend that much money on luggage to check because people treat it like shit.
That's right.
I love Rimowa. It's owned by LVMH. It's all like the metal luggage. Oh my God, it's fabulous.
You don't have that suitcase, do you?
No, I would not spend $2,000 on a metal suitcase. I mean, if I had the money, I would, but like they're fucking indestructible and they're very chic. I do travel a lot, but I don't travel enough to the point where I feel like I need that kind of luggage. Like for me, luggage is like, I had to have my friend sit on my luggage last week so I could zip it. Like I don't need to deal with that with metal. Like I'll end up with like a piece of titanium in my ass. Like I'm good.
Nolan, thank you for making me this fashion star that I think I am in my world. You're welcome. We'll see what kind of reaction I get. And I'll be taking lots of pics every day. But most importantly, I'll be wearing my new lip shoes from YSL vintage print. And you're going to find the matching blazer for me.
Oh, I already found it.
If you would like to be part of our unhealthy codependent relationship, send us a DM, send us smoke signals, let us know, write us a snail mail, send us an email, Holly at Fashion Crimes Podcast. Please follow us on social media, Fashion Crimes Podcast. We're on YouTube now.
Oh, good Lord.
We're not putting our faces on YouTube, but
I was going to say that's not happening because no, because I don't have Allison to make my face look good.
I know. Please, Queen. Okay. So anyway, we're on YouTube, but you can listen and then follow us, and then you can be an insider. Sign up for our newsletter, which is so fabulous. How fabulous are our newsletters, Nolan?
Fantastic.
With our new person who we love dearly. She does such an amazing job at helping us get the word out there that, you know, who doesn't want to be friends with us? Duh. My name is Holly Cates, personal stylist. Thanks so much for listening. This has been Fashion Crimes Podcast. Let us know what you need. We love you. Follow us. Be friends with us. Talk to us later. Join our posse. And we are out.